Hello YouTube. Now, this is actually the third time I've filmed this trailer reaction, to the extent it's not really a reaction anymore. The reason the actual video is linked, the trailer is linked below. The reason that I filmed it 3 times is because I just ended up getting overexcited and waffling gibberish the previous. Anyway, this film looks absolutely amazing. The effects look fantastic. It has Chris Pratt doing sort of How to Train Your Dragon stuff with velociraptors. There's this really interesting idea of now you've got a dinosaur that's killing for sport, which is kind of an interesting spin on one of the phrases that was in the Lost World Jurassic Park, where Nick Van Owen said that only humans kill for sport in an argument with, was it Roland Tembo, I think, or was it was it the other guy? I think it was Roland Tembo, but yeah, it was, because Roland Tembo said, "Ah, you're breaking our hearts. God, I miss you, Pete Postlethwaite. You're a brilliant actor." Anyway, the effects look brilliant. The action just looks so exciting and invigorating. Well, that's not quite the right word, but the action looks so exciting. You've got a helicopter flying into a dome and releasing all these pterosaurs, and pterosaurs capturing people and flying off, and you've got raptors eating people. I admit, I do wish there were more practical effects, based on what I've seen in this trailer, because all of the previous Jurassic Park films actually used a lot more practical effects than you probably think they did. I'd advise you to read, there was a book that Universal Studios released on the making of the Lost World Jurassic Park, and they went into an awful lot of effort to make these fantastic models for these films. Some of them life-sized T-Rex models, which most of the time was what you saw on screen, not when it was walking about or running about or anything, which again, in their day, was spectacular CGI. Not even in their day. The CGI from Jurassic Park is still better than a lot of big-budget films today, and that was in 1993. It's 2015, and the tech then is still brilliant. It still doesn't look that fake. The whole thing. And this is building on that legacy. And everything in this trailer looks astounding. This new dinosaur that's being made artificially using all of these hybridizations looks astounding. I'm not sure if I've said this or not, because this is the third time I filmed this, but the original Jurassic Park films were a huge part of my childhood. I mean, the first two. The third one was still something I liked. Don't get me wrong, I always have mixed feelings about the Spinosaurus killing the T-Rex. I don't get as angry about it as the nostalgia critic did. Personally, I think the Spinosaurus was freaking awesome in that movie. And I also remember the Dairy Lunchables pack, where you could cut them out and they had a T-Rex and a Spinosaurus, and they were sort of cut out pop-up things, and you could get them to fight each other. But they were made of cardboard, so it was kind of rubbish. But I specifically even remember getting that Dairy Lunchables. I miss the good old days of Dairy Lunchables, where they came in the bigger boxes and you could get one with like a Capri Sun in it and a little mini dime bar. Do you remember those ones? Anyway, that's completely irrelevant. This was amazing. The whole trailer looks astounding. And do you know what looks even more astounding in a trailer than all of the action and all of the actors and all of the effects? The one thing that looks even more amazing is the actual attention to detail that they put into that freaking mosasaur. They included the pterygoid teeth. The freaking pterygoid teeth! I am a huge paleontology nut, I acknowledge, and the moment I noticed that they made the effort to get the inside of the jaw of a mosasaur right, I'm assuming they're doing this because they have got so many complaints, mainly from me, about scientific inaccuracies in the previous films. And they thought, right, we're going to make these people happy. We're going to get the internal jaw structure of an extinct reptile related to monitor lizards exactly right. And they did. It was staggering. I am just amazed that they went to the effort to research the inner jaw structure of a mosasaur. I also acknowledge the mosasaur is way too big, considering they're only thought to have reached the biggest ones about 20 meters. But even so, the effort is astounding, and it's admirable. It's truly admirable. Also, a lot of people are annoyed that they haven't given their theropods feathers in this film. I'm not, because that will create a huge plot hole because they didn't have them in the previous few films. So I'm glad they didn't bow to peer pressure on that. The raptors look great. They do look a little too CGI. I said earlier, I prefer more practical effects. But they look great. The action looks great. The explosions look great. The people being carried off by pterosaurs look great. The giant monster that kills people for sport looks great. The scene where it was crashing through one of these weird roly pod things, that is just a fantastic, almost like a sort of play on this scene where Lex and Tim were in their car and the T-Rex's foot was sort of squishing down on it and they were like, ah! Yeah, I think that was a fantastic play on that scene. But with a ball, because they're going around in these weird balls now, rather than cars. Which is a shame, because I really like the design of the original film's Jeeps. I think they should have kept them with the whole Jurassic Park design. Although I'm assuming that the actual park is now called Jurassic World, and that's why they called it the film that. Although I don't discount rather the possibility of the idea of the pterosaurs we saw flying away in Jurassic Park 3 having landed somewhere else and being more well known and perhaps populating the Earth, which in itself is actually a terrifying prospect. Good thing it's only a fictional universe. So yeah, I'm more excited about this film than I am about Star Wars Episode 7. I am more excited about this film than I am about Batman vs Superman. I am more excited about this film than I am about Avengers Age of Ultron. I am so unbelievably excited to see this film. I can't freaking wait! This trailer was amazing, and everything about this film looks amazing so far, aside from the absence of Sam Neill. I just can't contain how excited I am. The reason I filmed this like 3 times is because I got way too excited the previous couple of times. I freaking really want to see this film. And I hope it's not just going to be another Star Wars Episode 1. Okay. Please feel free to let me know what you thought of the film in the comments below. And feel free to subscribe. I need to get a glass of water. Thanks.